Good morning, children. Welcome to the class. As yesterday we have discussed about hydrosphere. Yes, once again we'll just have a small recap of that. Hydrosphere means all the water bodies on the earth is considered as hydrosphere. Okay, so and you all know major part of the earth is covered with water. It is called a blue planet or a watery planet. Okay, and you can see here that it is just because of the hydrological cycle that water gets collected into the rivers, and the rivers join the seas and seas join the oceans. Okay, so here we have the hydrological cycle. 6 stages are there, as I told you yesterday: evaporation, transportation. Okay, and then you have about condensation, precipitation, runoff, and groundwater, children. This also I told you. Evaporation means the water getting evaporated, forming into clouds, and then you have the clouds being transported from one place to another, that is transportation. Then you have condensation, cooling of the clouds, and then precipitation means the way the water falls onto the earth from the sky is called precipitation. It can be in any form, children, like sleet or fog or snow or rainfall or hailstones or whatever it is, based on the temperatures at that particular place. Okay, and then runoff means the washing off of all the things which are on the way. And then groundwater means underground water. I told you surface water and groundwater will be there. Surface water is like rivers, streams, or what you say, seas, oceans. All these are considered as river water, like all lakes, everything. Groundwater means beneath the earth's crust. The water which gets collected in within the rocks below the earth's surface is called groundwater. Okay, so today we are going to learn about the and now I also told you that major part of water is available on the earth. But do you think is it useful? Can we drink sea water? No. Have you ever tasted sea or ocean water? Yes. If yes, I think you would be telling the answer that it will be salty. It is just because of the minerals present in the seas and oceans which causes the salinity of the ocean. Okay, the water will be salty. Okay, children. So due to that only, before the rivers join the sea, the people want to store river water so that in the dry period they can use the water. They will either they will dig up tanks, or they will dig up canals, or they will dig up dams, construction of dams, tanks. Okay, all these storage of water. So today we are going to learn, children, in page number 28. I think I gave you the PDF also yesterday. So this is a table. It will give you the percentage of water on the earth. How much percentage of water, fresh water is there, or ice is there. Okay, ice also is fresh, children. Fresh water only. Okay. So this table is given, and I want you to analyze this table. Is it clear? It is in page number 28. You have to analyze it. Okay. This will give you an idea like how much water is useful for us to drink. Is it clear? And at the same time, we have the Antarctic shield of ice. Antarctic shield of ice means the total Antarctica continent is covered with ice, which is permanently frozen. Okay, and then you have Arctic Ocean also, which is frozen. But due to the global warming, what is happening nowadays, that ice is being melting and getting collected into the oceans. So the level of water, due to this, what will happen? The level of water in the oceans will be increasing, and there will be a threat to the islands. Okay, and the islands which are there in these oceans. Okay, so you have to analyze that. And children, one more thing I want to tell you is, we are going to talk about oceans now. What are oceans? Vast stretches of water are called oceans, and kilometers together you have only water, and that too saline water. Okay, so oceans, how many oceans are there? From childhood you all are learning 5 oceans are there: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and Antarctic Ocean. This Antarctic Ocean is also called as Southern Ocean. Why is it called as Southern Ocean? Means if you see the world map, children, what will happen? See, look here. What will happen? Here you have Pacific Ocean on both sides. You have Atlantic Ocean here. You have Indian Ocean, and then here on top you have Arctic Ocean. So the water of Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean together, which surrounds the Antarctic continent, is called as Antarctic Ocean, and it is near to the South Pole. It is called as Southern Ocean, children. And they have given you clear description, children. See here in page number 29 also there is a table. Sometimes this type of a table is given in exam and they will ask you to analyze. Okay, like the Pacific Ocean. What does the Pacific Ocean consist of? Now you all know world map is open. Otherwise, if you take the globe, it will be like this. So, like how we have Pak Strait, which is separating India and Sri Lanka, like that. What is a strait? First of all, STRAIT, strait. Strait means it is a passage of water connecting two water bodies. Children, listen carefully. Strait means a passage of water connecting two water bodies, separating two land masses is called a strait. Okay, so when you observe globe, there is Bering Strait between North America and Asia, children. Okay, there is Bering Strait between North America and Asia. I will just show you once. Now supposing this is the world map, children. Yes, this is the world map. Here you will have Bering Strait, because if you put it as a round, this is North America and this is Asia. So you will have Bering Strait between Asia and North America. Okay, children. So what will happen is this Bering Strait connects two water bodies. Okay, Pacific Ocean and Arctic Ocean, and then separates two land masses. What are those two land masses? North America and Asia. Okay, so like that, if you compare the oceans, Pacific Ocean, we all know that Pacific Ocean is the biggest ocean. Yes or no? It is considered as the biggest ocean. So what is given? Pacific Ocean means separates Asia and Oceania. Oceania means the lower part, children. You all know Australia. Surrounding parts of Australia is called as Australia, New Zealand and all are there. So that part is called as Oceania. Okay, so here also it is given. And then it separates from North America and South America, children. Then you have Atlantic Ocean. You all know Atlantic Ocean, the location of Atlantic Ocean. So many times we have done in the class also. So Atlantic Ocean separates North America, South America on one side, Africa and Europe on one side. Understood? Atlantic Ocean lies between North America, South America one side, Africa and Europe on one side. Is it clear? And then you have Indian Ocean. The southern part of India is Indian Ocean, children. Okay, and then it washes upon Southern Asia and separates Africa and Australia. We all know that. Then the Antarctic Ocean, sometimes considered as extension of the Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Oceans, which encircles Antarctica. I already told you all. And then you have Arctic Ocean. Arctic Ocean is considered as the frozen ocean, children. It is considered as frozen ocean. So you all know it is on the northern part of Eurasia. Eurasia means Europe and Asia. Europe and Asia are considered as Eurasia, children. And now we have and moreover, I think I told you in the first lesson itself that Panthalassa. Panthalassa is the single largest ocean which surrounds Pangaea. The single mass of land is called Panthalassa. And that Panthalassa, after the tectonic plates movement and all, when this Pangaea broke into pieces or got disintegrated, then we have different forms of oceans, because this water came in between the land. Okay, and now we are going to know about the relief of the ocean. Relief of the ocean. What are relief features? Relief features means, now supposing landforms. We all know landforms, isn't it? Those landforms are called as relief features. Okay, for India, if you take relief features, we have Himalayas, northern plains, and then you have peninsular plateau. Okay, so coastal plains, all these are considered as relief features. So here, relief of the ocean means when you see an ocean or a sea, you must have seen in the movies or in TV, even if you have not specifically seen or particularly personally has gone to a seashore, we know that it will be like this, sloping. As you are entering into the water, slope increases. That is the depth of oceans and seas increases. Understood? So like this, what will happen? You'll have 4 stages, children. Okay, as you are entering it, supposing this is the ocean, you'll have like this. So as you are moving inside, you'll be going inside, and the level of water will be increasing. That is, depth increases. So here you have relief of the ocean. The ocean basins are in many ways similar to the land surface. Land surface means we have mountains, plains, plateaus and all. In the same way, I told you in the previous lesson also, as the volcanic eruptions take place, sometimes this mantle, when it comes out in the form of lava, it spreads on the sea floor, which is called as sea floor spreading. And sometimes due to the tectonic plate movements, you have trenches. Trenches means like on the roadside they'll be laying pipes and all, wires or cables. They'll be digging up a trench like thing that is equal, same level they will be digging up. That is called a trench. In the same way, even in the ocean deep, you will find these trenches, children. Okay, so like that you have, there are submarine ridges, plateaus, canyons and terraces found within oceans. And even in oceans also you find all these. So ocean floor is divided into 4 parts, children. The first one is continental shelf. The second one is continental slope. The third one is deep sea plain. And the fourth one is, what is that? Ocean deep. Okay, ocean deep. Yes, children, ocean deep. Okay, so continental shelf, continental slope. Yes, the third one is deep sea plain and ocean deep. That is, deep sea plain means at the bottom of the ocean it will be plain. Deep sea, and even ocean deep means even within that you will have trenches. Sometimes you will have small mountains or hills. Okay, so different types will be there. Let us read. The continental shelf with a depth of about 200 meters occupies about 7.6% of the ocean area. Okay, so this is the border between land and sea. The largest continental shelf is Siberian shelf in the Arctic Ocean, stretching to 1,500 kilometers in width. Width means vedalpu. Okay, and then continental shelf is important because fish wealth is more in this region. Crude oil, natural gas are found here, and building seaport is possible here. Okay, building seaport. Regarding seaports and all, we will discuss later. First, let us finish off this continental slope. Continental slope, see, from the coast to up to 200 is continental slope. From 200 to 3000 meters is continental slope. Okay, then this continental shelf is very important, children, because it is the first thing. It is like a border between land and sea. So up to 200 meters, if you go, it is continental shelf. Then you will have continental slope. Still more deeper it will be going. Okay, and then you have submarines and all here, and then you have oceans, deep sea plain. Deep sea plains are gently sloping areas of the ocean basins, and these are from 3000 to 6000 kilometers, sorry, meters. Okay, so what is happening? From 200 to from 0 to 200 is continental shelf. From 200 to 3000 is continental slope, and from 3000 to 6000 meters is deep sea plain. And then you have ocean deeps or trenches. These are large narrow trenches that plunge as great ocean deeps to the depth of 6000 meters. Okay, so here what will happen, and children, these 4 are a part, or they are considered as the relief of the ocean. Okay, so how many levels are there in ocean like that? Simply we can say that. Okay, and in the box they have given a line joining points on the seabed at an equal vertical distance beneath the surface are considered as isobars. Now see, counter lines are lines joining places with equal heights. Okay, so isobars are those lines which are connecting places with equal depths, the places at equal depths. Okay, and then you have the deepest point in Pacific Ocean, children. It is called as Mariana Trench. Okay, it is called as Mariana Trench. And then next one is Puerto Rico in the Atlantic Ocean, and Java in Indian Ocean. Java is an island, one of the islands of Indonesia. And I think I told you earlier also, Indonesia is considered as an archipelago. Archipelago means group of islands. Okay, so we have continental shelf, we have continental slope, we have deep sea plain, and we have ocean deep. Okay, so now I want you to listen once again and write down all these children as points. Okay, so that tomorrow we will be discussing about the salinity of the ocean. Salinity of the ocean means, because we all know that the water of sea and oceans is saline just because of the presence of minerals in it. Okay, uppaga untayi neeru. So what causes that and how is it calculated, and in which place we have more saltiness, all this we will be discussing tomorrow. Is it clear? So read this, make a note of all the points so that it will be easy for us to continue in the next class. Is it clear? Thank you.